Hey, hey. You got to smile for him, Luke. Can you sit up and smile? Let's put the microphone on so they can hear us. Luke decided to sit with me this morning. I was getting ready to do the live show. Let me plug this in here. And Luke said he wanted to come out to the garden with me. So we are going to sit here together for a little bit. Luke's feeling a little better than last week, but still dealing with some things. All right, Luke. Sorry about the audio as I'm messing with the microphone. Can you tell everybody good morning? Can you tell them you're reading the chats? Morning, Kate. Can you tell Kate good morning? She's right there. Can you tell her?
Good morning, Kate.
All right. Let's see who's here. Let me go back up into the chats here. Wow. Monte Turner. Missed last week, so I'm just going to sit here so I don't miss this week. Yep. I came on just a few minutes early because I was concerned again that the connection wouldn't work like that one week, and then we would miss it. Let's see, how is Luke doing? Well, Wheat Tree Bonsai, Luke is improving, but he's still struggling. It's been a couple hard weeks for Luke. He looks kind of down and sad, but he's actually doing a lot better today than certainly last week. Last week was a mess. Rain Tree Country, or I keep calling you Rain Tree because I always read you after Wheat Tree. Rain Country Homestead. Liv, good morning. You don't want to miss it, so you're waiting. Good morning. Oh, let's see. Good morning to all Jim's in town gardening. Good morning. Alderman Farms, howdy y'all. I recognize that language. Good to see ya. Let's see. Who else is here? Jim's in town. Dennis Lappy, hello. Good morning, good morning, good morning. Let's see. HC47257. Hi, Blake and Luke. Good morning to you. And Kate is in here. Kate is a new moderator. I now have 4 moderators. 3 of them are just loving people that don't have any content creation efforts. They just want to help. And the 4th is Will from the Weekend Homestead. He also is loving and wants to help, but he has a regular channel as well. So he takes a break from his content creation and comes over and helps me on Saturday mornings. Let's see. Nice wrench, Kate. Organic Gardening in North. Hello from North Carolina. Good morning. Good to see. Let's Luke Abbott says it's good to see you, Luke. Monte Turner says, you know Monte. You met Monte, I think, didn't you? I think you did. He says good morning, Luke. Dennis Lappy, you really inspire me to make my farm. Well, thank you, Dennis. It is always encouraging to me when people share with me how much I help them. Even yesterday, Luke has therapy that he goes out to do several times a week. And his therapist stood here and said that she had started watching my YouTube channel and she was inspired to start a garden, and that is always inspiring to me to know that my content, my story is helping others to just be inspired to do things. You can't hear anything? Uh-oh. Is my audio out? HC47257 is from England. Neil H says, God bless you both. God bless you too. Thank you. Sounds like we all just sneezed. 30, Mr. Rain, good morning all. 38 Kim Possible. Hello, Luke and Mr. Blake. Good morning. GB LIU. Hi, Luke. Everybody wants to say hi, Luke. You got to smile for him. Perk up. Perk up. Can you say hi? He might be quiet. That's okay. He hasn't talked much for us either. Refresh if you have no sound. I guess that's talking. Okay, I'm scrolling through because I just want to get started here. Sunny Dog Homestead, watching from California. Good morning. Parker, 2400 from Guam. Good morning. Raymond Chapin. Good morning. Hope you guys are doing okay. We are. We're doing fine. We've been hanging in there all right. It's been a decent week, getting over some things. Let's see. Let me see if I can catch up here. Mondu Morgan, good morning. I'm trying to mention those. Hey, Jack Brunsting. Where is Espen? Espen's still in bed. Jack is a friend, and he didn't get up as early as you did. R. Cousin Zero, good morning from Orange County, California, watching with my newborn Jack. Awesome. Let's see, Monty, K. Eve Phillips, good morning, Eve. It's good to see you. From Barbados. Juan Schmitt, Gatesville, Texas. Good morning. Man, I got a beautiful crowd here. Rhonda Rubble, audio is good. Audio is fine. I am barely catching up. I can hear you, Monty. If you guys knew Monty, you would just crack up when you read his comments because he has a wonderful personality. It's fun to talk to him. Okay. Looks like everyone's good with audio. Juan, Rain, Rhonda, Monty. Making sure I don't miss it. Trish Rivera Weiner. Good morning. Good to see you. Good Game Bees. Good to see you this morning. Rob Backyard Gardener. Good to see you this morning. From the Bahamas on vacay. Woohoo! That's awesome. All right. I think I'm almost caught up here. The Weekend Homestead checking in. Thank you, Mr. Will. I'm blushing. I'll bet you are, Monty. Let's see. Vanessa Caraballo. Good morning. I'm glad to finally stop by for your live chat. I'll be cleaning while I listen. That's okay. That actually helps me introduce, because I had a question just for fun. BanDana Gramma, good morning. Checking in for a few minutes before she does her devotional live stream. If you get bored with me, you can go over and check that out. Okay, Matthew, good morning, sir. Good to see you in here. Texas Blacksmith 10, good morning. All right, wow. I am not caught up yet. Meredith Grace. Hey everyone, happy Saturday. Sherry Sows, good morning, Blake and Luke. From Ottawa, Ontario, Canada. Nikki Tierney. All right, I am caught up. Good. All right, caught up with the chats. We're a few minutes in officially to the live chat. And I have a question just for fun. And the question is, when you sit to watch your favorite YouTube channel, whether it be a video or a live chat, the Weekend Homestead just, okay, you're interrupting me with kindness here. Buy yourself a coffee on me today. Here's my coffee that I just bought with Will's $5. Thank you, Will. It's a true blessing and always a shock that anyone would want to watch me and invest in my content and my story. Thank you, Will, for giving me that $5 on the super chat. So I will enjoy the coffee and then I'll ask the question. When you are watching your YouTube channels, live stream or otherwise, what drink do you like to enjoy that with? Like this morning and every morning, I always have a cup of coffee, and that's just something that I enjoy in the mornings. So, good morning, Mr. Rooster. Are you talking to another person here, or... Hey, the Fuel Homestead. Morning, Kate. We have lots of roosters in the background. So tell me what your drink of choice when you enjoy your YouTube videos. We have coffee, that's Trish, Deep South Homestead. Excuse me. Rooster in the background. Lots of those. Hot chai tea. Black tea. Wow, you guys are going fast. Lemon water. Coffee. Vogie. Iced tea. Texas iced tea. That's sweet iced tea. Hold on, I can't even keep up. Coffee. Diet Mountain Dew. Love it. Jet fueled latte. British black tea. Sweet tea. French vanilla. Coffee. Diet Coke is is your weakness. Yeah, I used to drink Diet Coke a lot, but I gave that up several years ago. Jim's In Town Gardening has to go. It was good to see you. Thanks for stopping by. Coffee or sweet iced tea? Mondu Morgan says that. And Kate with her coffee. So, Juan Schmitt, good morning. Luke and Daddykirbs. Daddykirbs. Luke, how's your garden doing? Somebody asked how your garden's doing. You want to tell them?
Good.
Good. It actually is doing pretty good. I'll show you in just a minute. The chickens have attacked it a little bit. They're scratching up in the mulch, the leaf mulch that I put in there, but the plants are hanging in there just fine. The Fuel Homestead, talking to Heidi. Something sounds delish. See, I miss a lot in the comments, so I need to try to keep up. But I can't always keep up because I also have to talk about some things that you guys might be interested in. I just mentioned the chickens getting into Luke's garden, and I want to say that they got into mine too. This is one of the plants that they chewed off or scratched off, and this is one of my cucumbers. But I still have 6 cucumbers in the garden, so this is just one loss out of 7. And they also took out one of my, I had 3 of the Sun Kiss melons, and they took out one of those, so I'm down to 2 of the Sun Kiss melons. I think those are the only casualties so far in the garden from the chickens. I try to keep them out, but occasionally they get in and they scratch things up. After things grow up big enough, they don't really hurt the garden. And they might pick at fruit if they see it, or maybe a few leaves here and there, but mostly they're interested in scratching around the base of the plants. Juan Schmitt from Gatesville asking about the, how's the chicken and gardens? Hope everything is okay. Yep, we are handling the chickens fine. BanDana Gramma, thank you. Buy Luke a hot chocolate. Luke, I'm going to buy you a hot chocolate because BanDana Gramma just gave you $5. Isn't that nice? You see that green right there? BanDana Gramma just gave you $5 to buy you a hot chocolate. That sound nice? Thank you so much. I'm going to buy him a hot chocolate if he wants hot chocolate. Otherwise, he might want a soda. He's a softie for Pepsi and Coke. He usually asks for Pepsi, and then it depends on what they have. Mother-in-law has a motion-activated sprinkler. This is 38 Compossible that will squirt the chickens if they try to get in her flower beds. That's a wonderful idea. I should look that up. Okay, get him what he wants. I absolutely will. We'll take him out. You know what he really likes to do? His birthday's coming up in a couple of months, and he likes to remind us that his birthday's coming up. And we ask him, actually, he asks us frequently, what are we doing for my birthday? And we're like, well, Luke, what do you want to do with your birthday? And he says, I'm going to go out to eat. Because that's his favorite thing to do, is to go somewhere and sit in a restaurant and enjoy French fries and soda. That's his favorite thing ever. So he has let us know that he wants to go. Does Luke ever drink coffee? Nope, he doesn't like coffee. He wants to go to Chili's for lunch, and he likes their French fries. And then he wants to go to Texas Roadhouse for dinner. So on his birthday, that's what we're going to do. And he's going to get French fries for lunch, French fries for dinner, and a couple of sodas. We don't let him have soda all the time, but he does enjoy it when he gets to. Okay. Scrolling through. Okay, French fries and gravy. I like French fries and gravy, but Luke doesn't do gravy. It is a perfect birthday. Luke thinks that's a perfect birthday, and I'm excited for him because he really enjoys that. Dennis Lappy, how can I prevent bugs to eat my leaves and fruits? Do you have some experience to share with us? I don't have a terrible problem with bugs eating the leaves. Sometimes they get on the fruits, especially the stink bugs. I haven't done a whole lot except manual picking off the bugs. I do know that there are some soap and essential oil combinations that you can mix with water and spray those. Some of the mint type, you have to look it up. I haven't actually done it. This is just from what I've read. There are several other homesteaders here in the comments that have done a lot of these things, so hopefully they can pitch in there. But I don't do a lot of pest control in the garden. It's just something that I haven't done. Over time, as the garden matures, the soil gets more mature and there's a lot of compost and leaves. I find that I have fewer bugs, except for the stink bugs. Those guys are terrible. And they come in July, sometime around June and July, as the tomatoes are setting and things are getting hot, and they like to pierce the tomatoes. Meredith Grace, have you tried poutine? Funny story. Well, it's probably not that funny, but I have a new coworker, a junior designer that works with me, and she's from Canada, and the subject of poutine came up, and so we looked. She's only been here for a little bit, so we looked up. There's a place in San Antonio that sells poutine, and 3 of us from work went and bought poutine for lunch, and it was really good. It was really good. Now she said it was just like Canada, except they put meat on it, probably because we're in Texas. It had like a ham or salami or something on top of it, and she says that mostly poutine is just the French fries, cheese curds, and gravy without any meat. But this one had meat on it. I don't eat a lot of meat, but I did enjoy. My grandson, who is 5, only does crunchy food. Luke, you are the best. Rhonda says you're the best. Luke loves crunchy French fries. How are the bees, and any advice? Neil H. The bees are hanging in there. The 4 big hives that I have, I was just in those the other day. Sorry, no video. But all 4 of those are just blazing. Beautiful. I mean, the bees are full, they're active, they're bringing in pollen, they're making honey. And the nukes, the 2 nukes, that's not 2. The 2 nukes that I had, one of them, actually I had 3 last year. From last year I had 3 nukes. 2 of them are now gone. 1 is holding on, and I'm hoping it's still there. I put another nuke box out yesterday, hoping, I put it out thinking maybe, you know, if the bees swarm, or if a swarm comes by, maybe I could get a swarm, use it like a swarm trap. So the nuke boxes have not really done that well for me. Trying to start my own, the splits, but the bees overall are doing really, really strong. All 4 of those big hives are really strong. I have 1, so now 2 smaller, the nukes, and you know, a total of 6. But they are. I'm reading comments and talking at the same time. That's a bad combination. Dr. Bronner's and neem oil, Neil H. That sounds like a good combination. That's for spraying onto your leaves to keep the bugs off. Mr. Kirby. Kirby is popular. First time in my life. Let's see. Doing good. Will from the Weekend Homestead had a Red Bull this morning. That means he is on top. He's got wings. He's on top of it. Taking care of business. How can we keep the cats out of the flower and veggie bed? Well, I've heard that cats don't like things like pecan shells or nut shells as mulch. So maybe you can find some bagged nut shells or something that is more irritating on their feet to put around the flower beds. That's something that I've meant to try here because we have lots of pecan shells available because Texas and pecans, there's lots of them. But I haven't done it yet. Last season I had a terrible problem with the cats. This season, because a lot of the cats went away and now the 4 barn cats are just kind of hanging out around the barn. They haven't found my garden yet. Pumpkin still likes to come into the garden and scratch around a little bit, but he hasn't been that bad. But I would try other things that I've heard people use is a pepper spray, like getting hot peppers, like Øystein's growing hot peppers, make a powder or an oil, mix it with oil or soap, and spray it around the flowers, and the cats might not like that. You'll have to give that a shot. Let me know how it goes. Bacon would be... You guys are talking about poutine now? Let's see. Luke, I love watching your work in the garden. BanDana Gramma says she loves watching you work in the garden. We'll show them your garden here in just a minute. Have I had trouble with snakes? There are snakes. We do get occasionally rattlesnakes, lots of little garden snakes. We've seen some king snakes in the past, but this year, usually they're not a problem until later in the year when it starts warming up. I haven't seen any this year except for garden snakes. What breeds of chickens do you have? Well, I have an entire video of that, Clay Draper. If you would go and search my channel for breeds of chickens, there's, I think it's 12 different breeds that I have here on the farm. And you can go check those out. I won't be able to remember everything off the top of my head, but Rhode Island Reds, Buff Orpingtons, some of the, yeah, I'm not going to remember. You have to go check those out. A lot of times I have to turn to my daughter and say, what was this one again? Because to me, I have main layers, which are the big chickens that lay eggs. So all of those that are big in the main coop, I call the main layers, even though I know there's different breeds. I like to simplify because I have too many things going on in my head. And then I have the little chickens, which are the silkies. Rain Country Homestead, do you grow borage or borage, however that's pronounced? I have, and they're beautiful in the garden. But this year I haven't got much planted because I just actually have had a hard time keeping up. I do have some more borage seeds, and I hope to get those planted this year. They are edible and a nice flower to have in the garden. Hello from Gettysburg. This is Wicked Westphalia. We love your channel. Thank you very much. I don't know why that just reminded me, but it did. Or maybe it just popped in my head. But I wanted to show you the progress on the Moringa oleifera. I don't know how to say the last part of that, but this is the Moringa plant. And I have 6 that survived starting from seeds. And they are looking beautiful. Some of them are a little smaller than this, but they are all looking very similar to this one. So I'm very excited about having the Moringa plants because the 2 big ones that I had in the garden for the last couple years were chewed up by rats this last winter. And I don't know if they're going to make it come back from the roots or not, but I do have these 6 that came up from seeds. So I'm excited about that. I feed heavily when I make a split. You have to give the nuke time to draw out comb and build resources. Yes, I tried to feed them. I probably didn't do it regular enough. They did have established comb, so they didn't have to build any comb. But I guess that the I guess that, you know, maybe it was just a hard winter. Maybe there was pressure from the pest. Maybe there weren't enough bees. I'm not really sure what happened to the nukes, but I have a lot to learn when it comes to splitting beehives. Meme land. I live in a flat. I live in a flat, and I don't know why they kill the bees just because they live in the building. I'm not sure. People like to kill bees. Cats don't like oranges. Put down orange peels. Brooke Chilvers gives that recommendation for putting orange peels in the garden. That would be very interesting if that works, because I have a bunch of orange peels in the kitchen right now. Will at the Weekend Homestead is doing lots of work this morning moderating my channel. I don't know why we're having a hard time with silliness, but I really appreciate Will. Let me tell you a little bit about Will. He has a homestead up north and a channel that he documents his story, kind of like myself. He does a lot of work behind the scenes with a lot of other YouTube creators. Will, how many subs do you have right now, Will? The channel right now is not huge, but what Will does behind the scene is huge. He works with a lot of creators, helping them, encouraging them, giving them tips, hints, tricks, and I have really enjoyed getting to know Will from the Weekend Homestead. So I would like everyone, as soon as you're done here, or if you have another tab that you can open up, go check out the Weekend Homestead, or click on his name here. He's one of the moderators, and go check out his channel. Subscribe to his channel and let him know that you found him through the Daddykirbs live stream, and just give him a little love, a little encouragement for what he's doing here this morning and what he also does behind the scenes with a lot of creators. The Fuel Homestead, I passed up chicks at the farm store this morning. You passed them? You didn't buy any? That is a tough thing to do. I see you both have jackets. I'm in Texas. It's too warm for jackets here. Right here in the garden, if we were out in the sun, we would not have our jackets on. But in the garden, under the trees, in the shade, right up by the greenhouse, it's a little bit cool. I came out this morning without my jacket, and it just a little bit cool. I'm a big baby in the cold, so it was just a little bit cold. Not cold, but cool. So I decided to go ahead and get my sweatshirt on. Since Luke has not been feeling well, Mama wasn't going to let him out of the house without a jacket anyway. So, you okay, bud? Doing okay. Good. Where are y'all? We are in Texas, around the San Antonio area. Let's see. Trish Rivera Weiner, $5. Thank you so much. This is amazing. The super chats are a true blessing. I don't like to talk much about money. Are you going to go? You can go. It's all right. Thanks for hanging out with me, buddy. I'll come in and get you some hot chocolate or soda or something in a little bit. He's done. The super chats are a real blessing. The money that I get from YouTube, from Patreon, from the super chats, it goes a long way to help continue the creative efforts here on the Daddykirbs farm. I put a lot of hours and a lot of effort and a lot of energy into maintaining not only the videos, keeping up with the live chats, but I carry on behind the scenes with a lot of people too, through Patreon, through Facebook. I can't always chat with people, but I do try to give people attention when they ask questions, and it takes a lot of time, and the money is just a nice way to say that this is something that's sustainable. It pays me back for my time and for my efforts, and so I truly appreciate what you guys are doing here this morning. Thank you so much, Trish. It says, I have the same problem as you with people giving me seeds. How about a seed exchange at your next farm day event? Give some seeds, take some seeds. Well, that is a beautiful idea. What we're trying to do, my buddy Todd, who was at the farm day, Todd was running the pizza oven, he and I are trying to arrange that once a month or so we're going to do a small, it's not really a full-blown farm day, but a small garden meetup. We've already done one, and we have another one that we hope to do next month. And we do plant swaps and seed exchanges at those. So I plan to take my seed box to the next one and help give some of those away so that other people can be blessed by those as well. The farm day event may or may not happen on the farm again. We had some issues. We don't know if it's from the farm day, but we're on a septic, and we ended up getting some trash in the septic, and that cost us a lot of money. So it discourages us from having a lot of people come onto the farm because we just don't know what people are putting down the septic. So not to be negative, but that's a real life challenge when you're on a septic and you have visitors and you just don't know what's going on, and then it ends up costing a lot of money to get the septic fixed. BanDana Gramma, you left your moringa seed package on the porch during the freeze. Doubtful they will emerge. Well, that's a bummer. I hope they do. I hope they do, because it's fun to watch them come up. Do you sell seeds? Juan, I have never sold, I don't think I've ever sold any seeds. Most of the time I have seeds that people have given me, and I wouldn't feel right selling those. I've given some seeds away. Not online, but in person. BanDana Gramma, you have to go. Thanks for joining us. Will is awesome. See, now I'm way behind because I got stuck talking. We Tree Bonsai, keeping up with the moderating. Thank you so much. Buffering is bad here. I know it says I have a poor connection. Let me see if I can pull in a little bit. It shows that I have full Wi-Fi signal, but a poor connection. Self-reliance and strong community. This morning in Texas, it is a little chilly. Shashakila, good morning. Bye, Luke. Yeah, Luke. Wow, I am behind. Everybody's saying bye to Luke, and I am not caught up here. He, hopefully... Oh, he's just walking around the farm right now. I guess he wanted to go for a walk. Sandy Black, I'm in Ontario, Canada, and thinking about beekeeping. Any help would be appreciated. It's certainly a way different climate. So I would strongly suggest that you get with a local beekeeping group and find out what the beekeeping, how is beekeeping different there? Because our Texas climate and the Canada climate is going to be really different. Now, bees are similar, but climate does make a difference. So get with a local group and start asking questions, get a mentor, and eventually, you know, just get a hive and start learning. Is it okay to use live oak leaves as mulch? Absolutely, and that reminds me. Let me give you a look here. I got a poor connection. So. Okay, I'm going to show you two different kinds of mulch. Okay, this right here is a mix of like pecan leaves. There's a little bit of live oak, but there's maybe some ash and different things. These are local trees, and it's a softer, more composty, breaks down fast. This is almost all live oak leaves, and it's very rigid, very firm. It doesn't compact very well. And let me tell you something I have found about the live oak leaves, Neil, is that I have found that when I use live oak leaves in the garden beds, I have way fewer pill bugs. I don't know if that's just a coincidence or there's something magical about the live oak leaves, but I had one bed last year that was just full of pill bugs. That's the little roly-polies, the guys that they claim never eat greens, but it's not true. They really do eat your greens. As the seedlings pop up, they eat them off. When I put the live oak leaves in the bed with the pill bugs, they went away. I have almost no pill bugs. So I put live oak leaves in all the garden beds, and this year I haven't seen a single pill bug. So yes, use your live oak leaves. Right now is the time of year when they're dropping their leaves. Cover your beds. The chickens like the live oak leaves too, so I think that might be what's bringing them in. They're attracted to that. And right now the fresh live oak leaves are on Luke's garden. But yes, absolutely, use any leaves you have available. But things like pecan leaves like to compact and break down, and they become very composty and thick, dense. But the live oak leaves, they don't break down very fast, so they stay more fluffy. Scrolling through. Don't forget to click the bell to stay notified. Sorry, using my sleeve as a tissue. Don't forget to click the bell to stay notified when new videos come out. Thank you, Will, for reminding. I have not told my audience anything about that, but it's all over YouTube, so I'm sure they have heard it. And if not, thank you for reminding them. Most deciduous leaves are good for mulch. That's true. Some of them are more firm, some are more soft. I have never used alfalfa pellets for fertilizer. Stephen Lesher. I've heard of people doing that. I just have never tried it. It would be a nice, providing it works. I have no idea. I've never done it, but it would be nice if it did, because they're cheap, easy to find, and it's natural. So there's no chemical fertilizers in that. Scrolling through. Nikki, with your bees, do you get stung a lot? I'd love to have honeybees, but I'm a sissy and don't want to be stung. I'm kind of a sissy too. I do get stung sometimes, and I try to man up and not make a big deal about it, but sometimes my boys have laughed at me because I'll flap around in the bee yard sometimes. You know, get off, because I actually had some get into my veil. In fact, just the other day I was out there and everything was fine, and I started walking away, and I was like, man, this one bee just will not leave me alone. I thought it was flying around my head, but it turns out it was in my veil. And so once I discovered that, I kind of freaked out a little bit, threw my veil off and ran around like, yeah. Let's see. It says, what is your next video going to be, Clay? Well, I'm working on one about the cats, and I'm also working on one about septic, the septic on the homestead. This week has been a real challenge getting any videos done because of Luke being ill and some of the other things that we've had going on. So I'm hoping that I can have one of those videos, preferably the cat video, edited by Sunday. But if not, I truly appreciate the grace that you guys have given me, and just appreciating who you are and the, I just already said this, the grace that you've given me in the timing of my videos. I try really hard to do a video every Wednesday, Friday, and Sunday, but sometimes I don't get to it. Most weeks I get at least 2. Most weeks I get 3, and this week I didn't do the Wednesday or Friday video. Shashakila, did you ever dig up a yam? I tried. I got the shovel. I dug down about 20 inches in an area, you know, about that big, and all I ever found was yam roots about the size of my finger. I never found an actual yam. So I don't know if that particular yam doesn't produce the big tubers, or if they were just too deep. So I wanted to show you. I wanted you to come on Saturday morning and show you a beautiful big yam, but it didn't happen. I couldn't find one. Napoleon Hogan, I'm in Texas, San Antonio area. What zone are you in? Amanda's Garden, what zone are you in? I am on the edge of 8B and 9. So usually I just tell people I'm in 8B 9, just like I said. And that is a very important thing when you're gardening, to know your zone so that you can look at the plants in the catalogs or in the stores, or just as you research your plants, to know what zone that they are going to do best in. Zone 9. Let's see. Is Luke your brother? Hey, that's an interesting question. Nope, he's my son. Amanda's garden is in Florida. I have a son that lives in Florida. He's in Key Largo. Jim at the Nuthouse, thank you for the seedling soaking and separating advice. It worked beautifully. I'm so glad that helped. The cucumbers that I separated, they're doing okay, but it's very interesting to recognize that the ones that I separated in the water compared to the ones that were in the dirt, in the soil, they are not as perky. The ones that I separated are not as perky as the ones that were in the soil. So they probably went through a little bit of shock from having the roots exposed like that. But it looks like they're going to do fine. Probably the yam is way too deep someday. I'll probably have to dig that entire bed up if I'm ever going to get a yam out of there. I actually just like watching the yam vines grow. I think they're pretty. Do you eat your chicken eggs? This is from Danuta. Hold on, he's fading away. Danuta Prasuti. I do eat chicken eggs every day. In fact, I have an interesting video. I'm not going to tell you exactly what it is, but I am collecting eggs right now every day. And they're going to be part of an experiment for you guys. It's going to be on video. Excuse me, but we are not only collecting eggs, but we are doing a little experiment with eggs. We eat the silky eggs, the duck eggs, the big chicken eggs, and the goose eggs. I had a waffle. I made waffles the other day using the goose eggs. Actually, one goose egg because they're huge. Have you ever tried, this is Reverend Blair, have you ever tried giant radishes to bind nitrogen to your soil? I have not. Well, I've had the daikon radishes, the big white ones, and those are wonderful. I didn't know that they bound nitrogen to the soil, but I do like growing those. "61 watching and 29 thumbs up." That's cool. I like seeing after I'm done, I like to look and see how many people in total watched the video and who joined me, and also the number of concurrent people, meaning how many all at once. And 60, 50, 60, that's a good number. And the super chats stay with me. I can go back later and look and see who did a super chat. In fact, when I'm done with this video, I'll put the super chat, the people who donated, I'll put them in the description of this video, because I can go back and see who that was. So it's going to be, I don't want to try to remember who it was because my memory's terrible. Do you watch other YouTube gardeners? If so, who? That's a very interesting question. I don't get a lot of time to watch a lot of videos, but I do have, I do behind the scenes, some collaboration, some chat, some just encouraging each other, talking to each other, a whole list. I think there's probably 40 or 50 YouTube creators that I am becoming friends with, and it's really cool to see their channels. And over time, I hope to mention them and talk about them more. I don't want to try to remember right now who they all are, because then I'll forget somebody. But yes, I do collaborate behind the scenes with other YouTubers, other gardeners. I think I'm way behind. You guys are talking about zones. From Alaska, VW907. Good morning. Never eaten goose or duck eggs. How do you compare them to chicken eggs? This is Good Game Bees. They are, well, so goose and duck eggs, in my opinion, are different from each other and different from chicken eggs. Duck eggs are the most rich, the most fatty in a good way. There's a lot of flavor. They're creamier, in my opinion. The chicken eggs tend to be more, they're darker in color with more egg flavor. I don't know how to say. So the chicken eggs have more of a fatty flavor that's wonderful for baking and things, you know, especially when you mix it into pancakes or waffles, things like that. Chicken eggs have a stronger egg flavor. That's a weird way to say that. But the goose eggs, in my opinion, have the least amount of flavor, but they're huge. So you get a lot of egg in one package. I'm just scrolling through, trying to catch up, looking for the all caps questions. I'm sorry if I'm missing some of your comments. I hope you're just talking between yourselves, because that's really cool that you guys are doing that as well. I did see somebody, Ricky Ward from Scotland. Are you saving your eggs for fertilizer? I use the egg shells for fertilizer. Oh, I'm caught up. Okay. How are the strawberries you planted, and how is your son? So Luke was here with us for a little bit. You probably just joined us, and he decided to walk away, take a walk around the garden. But I meant to show you while he was here. I gotta put my coffee cup down, because I'm gonna turn the camera and I'm gonna show you his garden and show you the strawberries. So hopefully my connection doesn't hate me. So you can see I put the live oak leaves in. The chickens have kind of scratched it up, but the plants are doing pretty well. The squash here and here, they're looking nice. The cucumbers back here, they're doing well. This is a pepper plant. It's been chewed up just a little bit. But the tomato plant in the background is going very nicely. And then you can see the strawberries. They're all looking nice. We have some strawberries, baby strawberries and flowers on there. So that's Luke's garden. Okay, let's see, we're almost done. We're at 48 minutes. Let me go see. Harry Summer, hello. Yams need to be watered and kept watered. Yes. Otherwise they probably go really deep like mine did, because that bed... I just heard an ambulance in the background stop. That's always a little disturbing. You guys hear it? Okay. Good Game Bees, y'all head over to... Oh, you're talking to everyone else. Head over to the Patreon. Thank you so much for mentioning that, Good Game Bees. I just want to add that your videos are awesome. Do you have any lemon trees? Yes, I do. They took a real hit in the freeze. This is was my largest lemon tree. A lot of it, you can tell, died off in the freezes. But I have several baby lemon trees here that I started from cuttings. And you can also see my fig trees. So the one lemon tree that I had that I put on out on the farm, our freeze this year, we're not used to a lot of freezes in this area. We had 2 nights in a row that got down to 18 degrees and many things suffered, and the lemon tree up front died. Don't start strawberries in a flower bed or they will take over. Abby, I hope they take over in that case. But strawberries here have never done really well. I think it just gets too hot. That particular place, Luke's garden, in the garden, the corner over here, gets a little more shade, so maybe the strawberries will do well. But I've had almost no luck keeping strawberry plants anywhere. Would you grow tropical fruit tree? This is Sergio Ayala. Tropical fruit tree. It probably gets a little too cold here in the winter to keep things that are truly tropical, but we do have some things that are sort of semi-tropical. I tried pawpaws and they didn't make it. The moringa trees are more tropical. They're not fruit trees, but they're more tropical, and it's always kind of a question whether they're going to make it through the winters or not. The one thing that does here that looks tropical is the loquat, and they do really well here. JM at the Nuthouse, thank you so much for that $10 super chat. That is a true blessing. I appreciate that, and not even a question attached to it, just a donation. Thank you, sir, very much. Tell me, Jim, not Jim, it's JM at the Nuthouse. Tell me where you are. Napoleon, when do you harvest your first tomato of the season? Favorite variety? I don't have a favorite variety yet. I haven't narrowed it down to one, but I have a favorite size, and that is the larger cherry tomatoes to the medium tomatoes. I don't like the real big ones because they don't do well here, and I don't like the super tiny ones because they are a pain to harvest. And the first tomatoes will probably be at the end of May, the beginning of June. Are you streaming from your smartphone? I sure am. This is a beautiful thing. The YouTube app makes streaming live absolutely a piece of cake. Yes, in a rainy place, all 4 of the barn cats that we introduced to the farm recently are still here. 2 of them are very stealthy. We don't see them very often, but we have caught glimpse of them. They like to live under the shed and around the back of the shed. 2 of them are very friendly, and they actually come out and let us touch them at nighttime, and also we put them away so they are more safe at nighttime. Let's see, Zypher Garden, how do cool season crops do down there like broccoli and lettuce? There's a very small window of opportunity to grow those in the spring and the fall, and they do okay as long as you get them right in that window when it's not too cold and not too hot. The hot is the biggest concern, and so they do okay. I haven't had any luck with broccoli, but I've done things like kohlrabi. A buddy of mine does Brussels sprouts and lettuces and a lot of those things, and they do fine as long as you don't get them in the heat. See, Abby says, mine are doing terrific. I need to dig up my flower bushes now. From the strawberries? Reverend Blair says I need to try a different variety of strawberries. I probably do. I have had no luck, so I've kind of almost given up on them. I haven't completely given up because every spring we try again, but it's not something I put a lot of effort into. Let's see here. Let me scroll through. We're going on 53 minutes. What is a super chat? Sherry Sows. It is not on Patreon. A super chat is a function of the YouTube live stream. There's a little $sign next to the comments, and you can choose to donate a few dollars to the channel and leave a comment. It gives you the option if you want your comment to be more noticed or for it to be pinned to the top for a short duration of time. It's just a way for people who leave comments, either they do it for the motivation of being noticed or for just donating to the channels, whatever. It's just a function of the YouTube live stream. Okay, let's see. I didn't think I was going to be out here for a whole hour, but it looks like I might be. Sandy Black, I grow my strawberries in an old kiddie pool and it works well. That's a good idea. I use my kiddie pools for the ducks. They like hanging out, splashing around, swimming. Meredith Grace is offering for people in the Toronto, Canada area to chat gardens. Look her up. Send her a message. She'd be interested in chatting. So this has been a lot of fun. You guys are an amazing, I almost started to sing there, an amazing audience. You wouldn't like it if I started to sing. So I am going to close this, but with much love and appreciation. Go check out a Oh wait, Harry Summers says collaboration with other YouTubers. Yes, it's coming. I have one video that is going to be done soon with one other YouTuber, and like I said, we're working behind the scenes with Will from the Weekend Homestead and a lot of others, several people who show up here in the chats. So look for that. It's coming. And I gotta go. This has been loads and loads of fun. Go check out Will from the Weekend Homestead. Go subscribe to him. Start chatting with him. Let him know that you appreciate him helping the Daddykirbs channel, and also look forward to a lot of other channels that are going to benefit from Will, because he works with a lot of people and he's a great guy. So thank you so much. Love you all. I'll see you again in the videos this week and next Saturday in the live stream. Bye bye.